Okay, welcome to lesson number 26. Popping and slapping and that kind of stuff. I did a little bit of this in one other lesson, but again, it's just one technique. If you look at the title, you can learn it if you want to learn it. You'll definitely want to come back and learn it no matter what, because it's just one more thing for your little repertoire. Okay, so if you're into this, doesn't matter, because it's in pretty much every style now. Okay, didn't used to be, but it is now. Bass players do this popping stuff. You know, that kind of stuff. That was actually from a Waylon song from way back when in the 70s. But anyway, so it's that kind of stuff. And things do sound very different playing this style. If you're going, same thing, popping, slapping. I phrased it a little bit different, had in there what are called ghost notes. And okay, so it's just way different. Okay, so let's get into that and I'll show you how to utilize it actually in a song situation. Why? Because we're here to learn to do exactly that. Okay, so let's get down here to the star of the show. Elixir strings. No, make sure you get those. At least try them. They are beautiful things. I'm going to zoom out. Yes, we did get a new camera. Or I did. I don't know if you did. But definitely makes a difference. So I'm happy for you. I'll move this so I'll get the counter out of the way. Okay. Let's tune up. G chord. Okay, it sounds like we're in tune. Or I am anyway. If you're not, go get in tune. Okay, this popping, slapping stuff. Let's start right off with what I was doing with the one thing that everybody probably knows, which was the Play That Funky Music White Boy. Okay, let's get the notes down first, and then we'll get the popping. So, with a pick first, since that's the way we know how to play, E, low E twice, octave of it, which is going to be on the D string. I like using the middle finger, 2nd fret. Okay, fret 2, open, back to 2, so you have. Now here's a little hammer on, going from 0 to 2 on the A string. One more on that place. Now 0 to 2 on the D string. Okay. Okay, it's fairly close to it. Do I care if it's even dead right? Nope. It's the other hand that is the one that needs to be correct. Okay, because we're going to do a lot of things in this 20 minutes utilizing this, and then you can apply it to anything. So the big thing is to get that real fluid sounding. Okay, so that last one, you actually let it ring and hammer on. You don't do anything else, you just go directly back to the low E. Okay? Okay, now you hear them getting more staccato, meaning I'm chopping them off. I'm doing it mainly with this hand. The real one's played way up here. But it does you no good for what I'm going to show you later. Okay, so that gives you a nice clean block, keeps you within 2 frets, and I'll do that throughout the rest of the video too. Okay, now going to the sound of what we just did. Now check out the just difference in sound. Don't learn anything yet. Okay, sounds like bass guitar, but way higher, and that's what it's supposed to sound like. It's very percussive, but it's used in a very wide range of music nowadays. Okay, so this is done with your low E string. It can be anywhere, but your thumb generally rests right about where the fingerboard ends, like right around that area, because a lot of people will slap it with their thumb, which is fine too. Bass players generally tend to do that. I don't, unless I'm playing bass. Sometimes I'll do it here. It just depends, but mostly I find myself doing this. Okay, doing the thumb on the low E string, and then I'll show you it does go to the A in a little bit. Okay, so exactly that. Thumb grabbing that much of your string. You're trying to pull it away from the neck. So this is actually a good thing too. Whenever you do this, it helps release some of the crud from in between the windings of these strings, and it goes flying, which makes your strings sound newer. So the more you go, the brighter your strings are going to start sounding. It's just the nature of the beast. Okay, it makes sense. The crud just goes bing and flies out of there instead of polishing it or rubbing it back in and grinding it in there. So as much as you're taking a rag up and down your strings, you're actually, cementing the dirt and the crud into the windings. If you actually go all over the string, you're getting the crud to bounce out of there, top, bottom, middle, everywhere, along every string that has the winding on it. Okay? Looks like I need to do it some more to the other strings. So that'll happen throughout the video. Okay. Okay, so everything's cool that you're using just that middle finger on everything. You can do what you want later, but this. Okay, that's what I'm doing there for the 2 E's. Now this finger here, okay, that one was kind of not necessarily going down or up, it's just going away. You're trying to do the same thing here. It'll be best if you can do them close to each other, but it ends up being about like this. Okay, you see my thumb going to the A string. So I'll do it really slow so you can see this. And so it plays exactly what the pick did, but okay, now with that in there is just trying to get it smooth. So it's that technique you need. Okay, all this what's called ghost noting. It's just from me muting it like this. You'll just get a feel for it, and it happens again when your thumb is right about there. That's where you're supposed to have it. That's where bass players have it. That's where you have it. And it allows for a real nice percussive thump that is almost sounds like a note. It sounds more like a note the more you take your hand off, but if you take it close, let just a little bit through. It's just something you got to get used to. So it is taking every note and trying to pull it off your guitar. And yeah, with that kind of force. Okay, you're probably never going to break a string doing this. It's just acting like you're trying to break one. Okay, and then you'll just get a feel for it by how it sounds. Okay? Okay, I'm just doing a heavier thing like that. Letting that ring. So the open, hammer on, then the D string. This has a different sound. Use what you will. Okay? So that's the way the popping thing works. If different fingers down here work for you, fine. Okay, so I'm taking my thumb straight down so it will actually hit the frets. My hand doesn't, my thumb doesn't, but the string slams into the frets, which is fine. That's what makes that sound. Funk players play that way all the time. Now if I'm doing it that way, for some reason my playing naturally changes and I put different fingers. Okay, all of a sudden I'm using my first finger to pop. Why? I don't know. Doesn't matter. If you pull it like this, it's going to be like that. If you slap it. Okay, these are pull-ups, not pull-ups for the kids or the adults. Okay, so that's the actual slapping the bass. Okay, another one is the octaves. So if we're in G, is the G here on the low E string, 3rd fret. Then use your pinky, or if you have a long reach, do whatever. Use the ring finger. But we're skipping a string, going to the D string, and doing the 5th fret. Okay, so I'm actually, for some reason, I just find it easier for me to go. So thumb and first finger. So get used to that. And get used to it in different speeds. Okay, so what we're doing there is, if you have the space, which you always will if you're at least the 3rd fret, okay, which makes you think, okay, I need to be at least the 3rd fret to do this stuff. Otherwise, I just flat out won't do it. All right, so you can move it if you would, or like I want it in B. Okay, you can't do it all the way back there, but you can do it here. So boom, da doo da doo da doo. So just think it through if you ever want to do this. But this is used in a ton of stuff. But most importantly, it's a technique that you can put it in when you hear it or when you want it. Okay, just another tool in the toolbox. It goes back. Okay, don't count the fret you're on as 1. I'm going to count backwards. I'm not going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, you got to go, because here is 0. Okay, so you 0. You go backward 3 frets. So 0, 1, 2, 3, which is open, which is fine. We were just doing the other song on that. It just looks kind of different now because I'm using one different finger. Okay, so it's just going 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the way the count is. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... So you're always going to keep the same 2 fret distance. Just like if you're playing like, dude, rock and roll, that thing. You can mellow it out. Just finger picking. And just pick which one, literally, but without a pick, which one you want to be snappier. Okay, and just be as funky as you want. You can go to Funkville, you can go to Jamaica, you can go to whatever. Make it your own. Okay, so that's what it's all about. And when you're doing stuff later or now, yes, that's as much as I'm doing it. No, let me do you one more. Go up 3 more. So 1. Yes, you do not count this one. 0. 1, 2, 3. Go up 3 and back down just like you did the other one. So you got. Okay, or you go. That's a real nice one. Is okay. You go up to 3, down 1. Now all the way down -2, and back to where the root or where you were. You know, just whatever works for you. But I showed it to you. It's a nice sounding one. And plus, that's what I do. Okay, so here's this one, which is just a simple lick. Okay, which would be, okay. Here we go with the numbers. D string. I'm going to do a pull off from 5 to 3. Then A string 5. Back to D string 3. Now, slide every dot, so 5, 3, 1. Little bend there, half step, kind of like that. So just a little bend towards the floor. See, nice little pop there. Okay. The harder you hit it, okay? So you add all that together just like I did. Use parts of it. Okay, so many things to put in there, and it can be done on anything, even the high strings. Okay, so all that chicken picking stuff you hear from everybody in the country fields, same thing, they're pulling away and doing popping, but on the higher strings. Okay? You like show us that? I can. I will. Okay. That is this. E. Then doing 2, 3, 4. We're leaving out the B string the whole time. Now everything here, you're blocking the B string with the underside of this finger. You're not pushing down, you're just making it so it won't work. And so you do the high E string and pull it off to the open high E, which you'll do every time. Then 2 dead strings. Or you can do every now add in what's on the G string, but always dead in the B string. Okay, so open. So that's 2, 3, 4. Now we change. So you're at 5 and 6, no B string. Then we go up to 7 and 7, and we go 7, 8, 9 with it. Okay. And if you want to, you can go this route and do the different slightly thing, because it does a 1, 4, 5. Then 7 and 8. And you're at B, A, B, so you did E, A, B, and then it'll go. So 9, 10, 11. And you end up at 12 and 13. And then you can go right on up again, 14, 14. And then you would go 14, 15, 16. But it's all still popping and blocking. Just another little bit of fun. If you can figure that out, awesome for you. But again, so that's your country stuff. Again. So that's just the same thing again. You know, that whole stuff. Okay, so you play all the stuff you know, but play it with this way. You know. More little ghost notes. It is that. Sometimes they sound cool when you don't play all the notes, and the next time do. See? And then don't. It's just cool. Ghost notes, ghost notes, ghost notes. Okay? So there you go. Popping and locking and slapping and popping. Again, I think I used popping twice. Mary Poppins. And Mary whatever you have. Okay, so that's lesson number 26, and hope you dig it. I dig it, and I use it an awful lot. Live gigs or just sitting around. It's just a great way to be able to play. It's part of finger picking, and a lot of people incorporate 1 or 2 pops or slaps in a solo, and all the rest is still regular finger picking. But it does make something just jump out at you, depending on how hard you pull that thing. And you could pull it the string as hard as you want to and slap it and let it do its thing. The strings aren't going to break unless you have your guitar tuned to some weird higher tuning. Okay, you guys be groovy. I always am. Let's get ready for number 27 and see if you like what's in there. All right.